What's good, internet? Welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to achieve a church social media Thanksgiving flyer with Photoshop and Illustrator. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this tutorial, and if you need the exercise file, simply make use of the link in the description section of this video. So let's start. So I'm going to start with Illustrator. So I'll create a new document, and I'm going to select file and select new. And I'm going to make my width and height the same pixels. And I'm going to call this the title. Just going to start with the word year. So I'm going to convert this to outline. So I'll select the text and I'll go to type and say create outline. Why I decided to convert it to outline is so as to turn the character to a vector object that I can edit. So I'm going to move this here for now. So I drag and hold on Alt on my keyboard to make a copy of the title, and I'm going to change the color of my title now. So I'll change this to red here. Okay, and for now, let's just leave the off, and I'm going to adjust the letter Y by moving this down a bit like that. All right, and move this down here like so. We're using let's use Berbers this time. I'm just going to change this to Berbers. So I'll select the text and change this to Berbers. All right, and the reason why I'm using Berbers is because I know the word Thanksgiving is long, so I decided to use a narrow type to maintain space. All right, create a new layer and move this layer below. I'm going to select the Thanksgiving word here, and I'll make this smaller, and I'm going to add tracking to this like that. Hold on Shift and just make this faster. All right, so I know some of you may be wondering, Ceasar, why did you decide to use the red and yellow color in the project? Now, whenever you're working on project that your job is to create the impression that this meeting is about fun, is about making people happy. Part of how you can reflect that in your design project through the use of the design element is color. And the colors you can use to make that happen are the warm colors, and that's the reason why I'm using red and orange in this project. Okay, so let's convert this to outline. All right, so I'll select type and say create outline, and I'm going to move this to this side again, which is my backup, and I'm going to select this. All right, like so, and we're gonna unite the objects. So I'm going to select the unite option here. If you can't find your Paint Finder tab, simply go to Windows and activate it here. This is it right here. All right, so I'll select the text. Okay, I'm gonna make my width, okay, 28 is fine, and I'm gonna select the stroke option here, and this is where we're gonna fix the spikes. Or let's just reduce the figure like that. I'll go to objects and say expand and select the OK option here. So what I'm going to do is to unite this again, and we're going to take out the white shapes inside the object. So I'm going to start with this first. I'll double click on the object and hit the delete key. Make the same move here. Select this, hit the delete key. So now I'm going to move the objects and place them above the stroke that we created here now. So but right now I can hardly see my letters here, so I'm going to select this and change this to white, and also do the same move to the Thanksgiving text and change this to white. Actually, it's no more text, it's outline now. I don't like this curved part here, so I'll fix it by selecting the rectangle to there and just cover this curved part here, and I'm going to change this to white, to black, excuse me, and I'm going to hold down Shift and select the object. It should be on the move to. Okay, so select the object and select unite. So this should be behind the object with a color. So what I'm going to do is to hold down Ctrl Shift and open square bracket to place this behind the object with the color. All right, now let's take this to Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is to go straight to Photoshop now. I'm going to create a new document. So I'll click on File and select New. And I'm going to make my width and height 1000 by 1000. All right, because I know this is going to be posted on social media. So I'm using the box frame. The resolution is going to be 72 because we're not printing this, okay? Color mode is going to be on RGB. And don't forget this. Make sure your color mode is on RGB if you want to see the exact color in your project when you post it on social media. All right, so I'm going to select the Create button here. I'm going to go to Google and search for pattern image, Google image. So I'm on Google image here now, and I searched for African pattern, and I prefer this option here. So part of why I decided to pick this image is because the color I used in the title is also part of the color I have here on the pattern. All right, but the only color I notice I don't have is the green color. So I'm going to zoom in and hold on Alt and sample this green color from here like that, and select the brush tool. I'm going to select the add brush and turn off pen pressure, create a new layer. So I'll apply this here, zoom in, sample the red, make the same move, orange color, and the same move. Beautiful. Convert this to a smart object. And the reason why I'm converting my layer to a smart object is because I know I'm going to be playing with the scale of the image. So in order for me not to lose the quality of the image, it's best to convert the layer to a smart object. All right, so I'm going to hit Ctrl T to activate free transform and make this really big, like so. All right, let's make it bigger, like that. Good. Because I know I'm going to be placing text in the project. All right, the color and the pattern in the image is not going to make the information visible. So what I'm going to do now is to make the pattern serve as the background. I'm going to go to the adjustment tab here, select black and white. So I'll keep black and white here like that. And right now the pattern is still visible. So I'll select the pattern layer. Let's just call it pattern. Turn the opacity down a bit like that. I'm going to drag the image of a lady holding the tambourine to the project. So I'll make this really big and this on here, and I'm going to rotate this a bit. So why I decided to rotate this a bit is because I am a fan of making my project look dynamic. Okay, so and this is one of the ways you can do that, just placing elements the way people are not really used to it. So what I'll do is to boost the shadow and the midtone. So what I'll do now is to activate curve. So I'll go to my adjustment tab here and activate curve and say I only want this to affect the tambourine and the hand. So if you can't find the adjustment tab, simply go to Windows and activate adjustment tab here. All right, so yeah, I'm going to make my adjustments now on the curve adjustment like so. And let's move this up a bit and move this up a bit. So I need to make this part of the tambourine more. I need to add more depth to that part of the tambourine. So I'm going to move this down and move this up like so. Yeah, this is beautiful. So we can see the texture on the tambourine. This is beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is to go to Illustrator and copy the titles and hit Ctrl and C and hit Ctrl V. And make sure that on your paste option here, you are on the smart object option. So I'm going to select the OK button and I'm going to hit the enter key. But this needs to be above this like that. So I'm going to activate free transform and right click on the title and say skew. And I'm going to skew this like so. And the reason why I'm skewing this is because when the goal behind the project is fun, you're skewing your title is also part of how you depict the font in the project. Okay, so I'm going to make this a bit smaller. Right click and say scale. I'm going to hold on Alt and make this a bit smaller like that. Make sure you're on the brush tool. I'm going to hold on Alt and I'm going to select my pen pressure option here and make sure that my brush setting is set to the hard brush. So, but if you don't have a graphics tablet, okay, you can play with your mouse. But the reason why I activated the pen pressure is because I want to be able to control the, the strength of, my brush, like that. All right, so I'm going to make my brush a bit bigger, and I'm going to randomly draw a part behind my illustration like that. Okay, so it should be behind it, but don't worry, we're going to fix that later. So I'm going to make the same move here, and like that. Seven here. Boom. All right, so this should be behind this. So I'm going to hit Ctrl G and call this tambourine. Let's just call it tambour because of time. And I'm going to move this above this like that. Then I'll make a copy of this like so. And above the tambourine group folder, the black and white adjustment, and I'm going to select the property tab and select the clip icon because I only want this to affect the group folder here. So then this should be below this. Now you see, we can see our green color now. All right, so I'm going to create a new layer like that by clicking on the new layer icon here and call this Dodos 2. All right, then I'm going to hold on Alt and sample the color again, make this a bit smaller. And this time I'm just going to, just play here. I'm not going to do too much here. Just going to have fun. And I'm going to hide this because we don't need that anymore. So what I'm going to do is to add the other information to the project. So the character I'm using in this project is Harvard Guard. So I'm going to paste that here. Activate free transform and make this smaller. And I'll take the space showing the rows. So we need to hit the enter key and take the space between the rows out like that. and I'm going to copy the venue. All right. So this is where I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm sure you had fun watching this tutorial. And if you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.